tamed down other kinds of unpleasantness. Rattlesnake Wells, it happened, was in the early middle stages of being a boomtown. Originally, it was just a sleepy, peaceful little community. Growth had come from immigrants branching off the Oregon Trail and settling near where they found plentiful water in the form of several spring-fed wells. Numerous rattlesnake nests also found in the area gave the place its rather unbecoming name, which stuck, even after most of the rattler population had been eliminated. Once the town had taken root, so did a handful of small but supportive surrounding ranches, horse and cattle, finding dependable markets supplying army forts throughout the territory. And so it was for a number of years. But then, some fool struck gold in the Prophecy Mountains that loomed just to the northwest, and almost overnight, the quiet, sleepy little community turned into a boomtown. First came the swarm of eager, determined gold seekers ready to dig and work and sweat for their reward. Following them came the next swarm, the easy profit seekers, the hucksters and shysters and swindlers, the pimps and whores and pickpockets, the petty thieves and the skimmers looking for every kind of score they were willing to dirty their souls for, but not their hands. As marshal, it was Bob Hatfield's job to keep a lid on all of it. From his porch he could look down a gentle slope and see pretty much the whole spread of the town. When he and his family had first moved in, the house had been somewhat outlying, off the north end of the original layout of homes and businesses and streets that ran at a slight angle from northeast to southwest. These days it was generally referred to as Old Town. The mishmash of structures and shelters that had hastily sprung up as a result of the boom, tent saloons, gambling joints, greasy spoon eateries, equipment suppliers, boarding houses, and whore cribs, were all crowded in a single row angling northwest toward the Prophecy Mountains, where the gold had been found. The more recent addition was naturally called Newtown, and it ran along what had been dubbed Gold Avenue. The combined overall effect was a town laid out in two converging angles that came to a point, like an arrowhead, aiming almost directly at Bob's house. More than once, he wondered about the omen-like significance of that, too. As he was enjoying the final sips of his coffee, the house door opened behind him and Bucky came out onto the porch. He squinted fiercely at the bright morning light and stood a minute, letting his eyes adjust. It gave Bob a chance to gaze at him with loving eyes for a long moment without causing the kind of embarrassment a 10-year-old boy was apt to feel under such scrutiny. Like his father, Bucky had a thatch of thick red hair, uncombed and spectacularly tousled at the moment, and a solid square-shouldered frame. He was already big for his age and would no doubt grow to equal or maybe exceed Bob's 6'1" height. In fact, most of Bucky's features and mannerisms were stamped from a pattern mighty similar to his dad's, which shouldn't have come as a surprise for any youngster so proud of and focused on his only parent. It was mainly in the boy's eyes where Bob could see Priscilla's traits. A depth of kindness and gentleness was there, as yet untapped by its restless, energetic young host. Bob hoped that would shine through as Bucky matured and make him a better, more rounded, though not softened, man. It's what Priscilla had done for Bob, from the outside in, and it appeared as if she'd instilled it inside their son right from the jump. "Consuela said you wanted to see me, Pa." Bob arched an eyebrow. "What? No good morning?" Bucky looked slightly confused for a second. "Well, sure. Good morning, Pa." "That's better. Good morning to you too, son." Bucky continued to look a bit confused and uncertain, not fully woken up yet. Bob smiled. "That's all I wanted, just to see you, say good morning, and spend a couple of minutes before I have to head off. I may be in for a long day, so I'm not sure when I'll be showing up for